Hi friends, welcome back. It has been a minute since I created a YouTube video, but I had to create one this week because Unity is celebrating their 13th birthday and we have amazing releases today. For my card, I'm featuring the Flowers and Buds, which is a gorgeous illustration by Angie Blom. I had a blast coloring this using my Distress Reinkers. I'm using crackling campfire and picked raspberry and laid out a drop of each on my glass mat before I get started. I have a paper towel handy and I'm using my Altenew water brush for coloring. I also have my silver black velvet brushes. I use these for blending and pulling my color out when I'm watercoloring. As for the technique, I start off by blending some of that ink. So we all know that blending in orange and pink gives you a deep red, and I like the warm red this creates, which is not too pink for my taste. So I go ahead and apply concentrated ink towards the center of each flower where I want it to be the darkest. And then I use my regular watercolor brush to pull that ink out and blend it out towards the outer edge. So I create this really soft gradient going from dark to light. Now be aware that I have sped up this part of the video 2 times the actual speed, and also you'll see that it takes a long time to color each single petal. It took me about 45 minutes to get through the complete flower as well as the background and to put it together in a card. This video is less than 10 minutes and obviously I had to speed up quite a bit and cut out some of that footage. All right, I'm going to stop blabbering now and turn on some music so you can actually relax as you watch me color the rest of the image. Next, I bring in Mode Lawn, which is a bright green Distress Reinker. I mix it up with a little bit of that reddish color that I have left on my mat to create a moss green, or more of a, I don't know how to describe it, kind of an olivey moss green instead of the bright green that it actually is. So, and it also gives me a darker hue, so I can, kind of create a little more of a gradient when I'm coloring, because I'm not using two different colors here. It's just the same color, but mixing it up with a little bit of that warm red makes it a warmer green, so it kind of looks more cohesive and tied in together. So I go ahead and apply just a simple, not much of shading. I just color in the stems and then the buds. I do go back to, the lines on the buds and add a little bit of extra color around them so that, it gives that depth to my coloring. Once I'm done with that, I bring in Korean markers. The colors I'm using are gold and slurpy yellow. The slurpy yellow is kind of a greenish yellow, so it's more of a green actually. But yeah, I like that combination between these two colors, and it looks really pretty for the center of my flower. I use my water brush to kind of spread out a lighter hue of the yellow, lighter shade of the yellow, and then go back in with the marker directly to add darker shades to certain areas. Then I bring in the slurpy yellow, or the greenish yellow, to add a little bit of green, a hint of green here and there actually. It's fun when you see the final effect, because it kind of activates some of that red too, and so you have this golden brown kind of a color somewhere around there. The detail this adds is really beautiful. And for the center, I make sure I leave a little spot uncolored. That little white spot is my magic spot, and it kind of takes your coloring up to the next level. To add more interest and depth to my flower, I bring in a dark brown color Korean marker. This one's called Cocoa, and it's a really deep dark brown. So I go ahead and directly use the marker on the edges of the petals where I see a little bit of an overlap and I expect a shadow to appear, and then I just use my water brush to blend it out and make it look all even. Alright, so finally I brought in my mustard seed Distress Reinker and put it out on my mat and colored the entire background. I brought in a stitched rectangle die and trimmed that panel out and adhered it to a white card base. The sentiment I'm using is from the February kit of the month from Unity. It's called Thinking of You, and I stamped it out on a piece of scrap cardstock using black ink. I trimmed my sentiment and added it to the card using foam tape. This completes my card for today. I hope you liked it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks again and have a blessed day.